That's just terrible stuff to be doing right now. Why would you do that? We need all the help we can get. Security news, April 17th, 2020. Here's some upcoming events that you may want to be aware about. John Strand has a training on active defense and cyber deception at the end of April, and he's offering 6 months of the cyber range they're going to be using during the course. Security researchers are putting together a virtual conference called DerpCon. Check that one out. SANS has a Women in Cybersecurity forum next week, and InfoSec Oasis is tomorrow if you happen to get there that fast. In hacking news, ABC in Milwaukee reported more Zoom bombings, especially related to the COVID-19 and elections. COVID-19 is everywhere in the news right now. Zoom updates for security features for paid accounts, allowing them to opt out of certain regions. Brian Krebs reports that the number of COVID-19 related domain name registrations are in the tens of thousands. And many of those are suspected of being fraudulent and malicious in nature. Cyberscoop reports that the FBI have been investigating attacks against COVID-19 research facilities. That's just terrible stuff to be doing right now. Why would you do that? We need all the help we can get. Bleeping Computer reports a new MRB locker, something that replaces the master boot record of the victim's machine, prevents the operating system from starting, and displays a ransom note to the target. And this one in particular targets a security researcher. Probably going to mispronounce this, but Vitaly Kremez. Vitaly is a security researcher actively trying to defeat this MBR locker at the moment. The Irish Times reports that the security firm run by, again, probably going to mispronounce the name, Raluca Sekinu, reports that there is chatter about increased credit card scams due to online purchasing during this pandemic. Nextgov.com reports an increase in phishing attempts due to this pandemic. Bleeping Computer also reports that there is a Ragnarlocker, not to be confused with Ragnarok in any way, that this locker got to a multinational energy corporation called Energias de Portugal and is asking for 9.9 million euros. That's a lot of money. In security-related news, CloudKnox Security gets patents on a continuously creating and monitoring and enforcing least privilege policies based on human and non-human identity activity, and not just claiming who you are, but on what you're doing in cloud infrastructures. So check that one out. Security Metrics is offering free COVID-19 security advice if you need any help with that. Allied Universal is hiring 30,000 security professionals over the next 2 months. There's no way they're going to get that many. That's going to be impossible. Bean Castle is adding the ability to identify networks without authentication into their next release. That looks pretty cool. Matt Hand from Spectre Ops posted a great article on reverse engineering Windows kernel drivers, if you're interested in reverse engineering. Sophos reported that Microsoft and Google will be delaying the shutdown of their basic authentication protocol as they're moving to OAuth based stuff. Computer Business Review reports that Oracle has patches for 405 new security vulnerabilities. That's a lot. Dirk Jan, probably mispronounced the name, released some tools to look out for rogue Office and Active Directory services in his framework. Check that one out. According to SC Magazine, TikTok still uses unencrypted communication protocols to pass secure information. Don't use it. The Center for Internet Security is working on mapping the new security maturity model certification to the CIS controls. They're looking for help. Go out and help them. That'd be great. Here's some freedom of information news. Gulf Today reports that United Arab Emirates is blocking more sites for obscene content. While I don't necessarily agree with some of the content that's being posted, it's always trouble when you're trying to decide who gets to decide what is available and what is not. That is always a dangerous move. Some more privacy-related information. Forbes reminds us that we don't have privacy in these smart cities. Here's some examples. The University of Newcastle is watching pedestrian sensors. Cities in India have been tracking and monitoring people in quarantine. South Korea, reported by CNBC, is using credit card transaction data and smartphone location data to watch their people. And then some of the bigger news, Apple and Google want to use your phones to track who you're coming in contact with. This is something that we may implement now, but may never be able to get rid of. So be careful with that. In other news, GitHub is now free in many instances. A lot of their features are free. Whether that's a good or bad thing, you can decide. Post in the comments below. In research-related news, there's a privacy-preserving algorithm using artificial bee colonies. This algorithm tries to hide sensitive information and rules about that information using some evolutionary-based bee colony algorithms. It's pretty cool. You can check this out if you're interested in trying to find ways of hiding data in really cool ways. Check back next week. I'll report some more security-related news. Till then, see ya.